my name is Lara Macias. I'm currently a sophomore major in computer science at the University of Texas at El Paso, and these are my responses for my interview video. Okay, so for the first question, it states, what skills and experiences are you hoping to take away from this program, and how does this align with your personal and professional interests and goals? So I believe that the main experience that I'm looking forward to is the overall experience of being at an internship. The fact that I will travel, the fact that I will collaborate with new people and also work in new projects. As in how does this align with my personal and professional goals. This being a full stack development program, I know that I will have the chance of, for example, knowing what the process of backend development looks like, knowing what the process of front end development looks like for an application. I know that these are skills and content that I will really need in the future for my personal projects as well. So for the second question, how can websites or applications promote activism or support a community or cause? Share a specific example of a website that does this and why you picked it. So before I go and answer this question, I did want to talk a little bit about the 2023 Solution Challenge. And it's basically a competition hosted by Google that is also partnered with the United Nations. And the purpose of the competition is to gather students from all over the world to submit a project using a website or an application that will solve one of what they call the 17 sustainable solutions. And these include, for example, no hunger, no poverty, responsible consumption and production, and among others that are really equally important as well. And I believe that this is a prime example of how can a website or application promote an activism and support a cause. Being in the Google Students Developers Club, we take a look at past solutions for this competition. And when looking at this, one that really caught my eye was an application called Kindara. Kindara is an application that helps women or people with a period to track their cycle, learn more about their fertility, and bodies in general. The reason why I chose this application is, because as a woman, I know for a fact that this information is really important. I know also that they don't teach you about these things in school. I've been to school in Mexico, I've been to school in the United States, and they don't teach you, for example, when your ovulation stages, or they don't teach you when your non-fertility stages. And, coming from a family that also has a history of teen pregnancies, I know that having this information readily available for everyone can change someone's life. Okay, so for question number 3, it states, during the program, you will learn many concepts in a fast-paced environment. Students will work in groups to work through problems and projects. If you're unsure about a concept or run into a bug, how might you go about asking for help? Be specific. Who would you ask and why, and how might you phrase your questions? So for this question, I'm going to suppose that I have at least tried to do some research on my own, some kind of readily available documentation such as Stack Overflow or Oracle. The first person that I will ask after doing this quick research would be my peers. So let's say I'm in a group and I'm assigned into a group with other 3 people. The first person that I would ask would be like the person that I'm closest to in my group, and the information that I would provide is obviously the problem that I'm having and the things that I've researched and what hasn't worked. If this person is not able to help me, then I will ask individually the rest of my group or the group as a whole and provide the same information that I did. If this group does not know, or not that doesn't know, but we can seem to work it out, the next person I would ask would be my mentor or the mentor assigned to a group. And same thing, I would provide the same information, the things that we have tried, the things that we research, and the specific problem that we're having. If this mentor is not able to help us, I would go to the next level, which would be probably the assigned professional for a group. And same thing, I would provide the things that we have tried, the things that we have researched, and the specific problem that we're having. And for my last question, in the programs, interns are paired with an industry mentor from our partner companies. This mentor is a software engineer with years of experience in the field. What are 3 questions you would ask your mentor and why? So a question that I would ask my mentor would be, what are some things that you did during your college career that you think that really made the difference to be where you are today? And being a college student, there are some things that I should do or should not do, and some things that I can improve on as well. taking advice from someone that is already in the industry and has lived through it all. Hearing those things can be really helpful and more at this time. The second question that I would ask my mentor would be probably depending on the company that they work at, but it would be what made you choose the company that you work at and what has made you stay at the company. And I asked this question because something that I really consider that is important to me is the company's values and the company's culture. In the future when I get to apply to those companies as well, I would like to know if an employee is happy with their work-life balance or with the projects that they work on, that they keep them interesting enough, or the experience overall of being at that company. The third question that I would ask would be, what are your thoughts on for future software engineers and the implementation for artificial intelligence in the industry? And overall, I think this is a really interesting question. Having the perspective of someone that is already in the industry and seeing all of these things happening, for example, companies such as Microsoft and Google are also implementing artificial intelligence into the search engines. And a lot of people are also saying that artificial intelligence might replace a lot of software engineer jobs in the future. Um, Maybe this is why all the layoffs are going on right now. And I don't know. I think hearing it from someone that has already seen it in their daily lives, um, it would be really interesting. Okay, and that concludes my questions for my interview video. Thank you so much for listening to me today, and I hope I get to see you soon.